Hey guys, welcome to my channel and I'm back again with another really interesting video guys. In this video, we are going to again experiment with Llama 3.2, but this time guys, we are going to do it differently. This time we are not going to create a chat application with Python. In fact, we are going to actually integrate Llama 3.2 with a Java project. So yes guys, this is my first ever video where we will be actually using AI models using Java and not Python. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I'm excited too. Let's get started. So first of all guys, if you want to experiment with Llama 3.2, you want to know a little bit about the model, you can definitely visit the llama.com site and you can see that Llama 3.2 is the newest model that has been introduced by Meta. It is an open source model and it is available in 4 versions. So you can either use the vision models, which is 11 or 90 billion parameter, or you can use the lightweight text models that are 1 billion or 3 billion parameters. You can even download these models on your machine and you can experiment with them. But we are not going to do that guys. We are actually going to use Llama 3.2 with an AI inference tool. And that AI inference tool is called as Groq Cloud. So this is the Groq Cloud website guys, where you can see that it has got a documentation page where you have got the models page. So it has got a lot of models that are supported by this AI inference tool. And basically you can use any of these models with just a REST API call, and then you will get access to just asking any kind of query to that model. Now here you can see that Llama 3.2 and even Llama 3.1 is available. So you have got 3.1 405 billion parameter model, which is now removed, but it does have the 70 billion parameter model, and for 3.2 it does have the preview version in which you cannot ask a huge question but you can give it a certain tokens. But you get the preview version for 1 billion, 3 billion, 11 billion and 90 billion parameter model, and you can use them in your text chat applications and even vision chat applications if you are using the vision models, right? And apart from that, you still get a lot of other models to choose from. So this is about Groq guys. If you want to use Groq and you want to use these models, you need an API key, because this is like an API call guys. So for that you need to go to this API keys section, and I'm already logged in into this guys. So you also have to create an account here. So once you have that, you can go to the API keys and you can configure your own API key. Okay. So this is about the Groq Cloud, and this is about the models that it support and also how you can get your own API keys. Now that we know about Llama 3.2 a bit, about Groq a bit, let's jump on how we are going to create this project. So for this particular tutorial guys, I am going to take use of Project IDX. So yes guys, in my last video we talked about a revolutionary online editor that Google has given us, which is called as Project IDX. And you can see that Project IDX, once you are logged in, it provides you a certain front end where you can see all the templates it supports. If I click on see all templates, you can see that it actually supports a lot of web templates, backend templates, mobile templates, etc, etc. But for us guys, we are going to use a Java based application for now. So if you go to the backend templates, you will get the Java application, and it clearly says that you can build an API server with the Spring and Java. So what it enables us to do is to create a REST API for your application with Java, and in Java also we are going to use the Spring Boot framework. Okay. So if you want to create a Java project guys, it is very easy to do. Just click on Java here, name your application and click on this create button, and within a moment your project will start to create. Now I already have created this project guys, so let me go directly at my project. Here is my project. Okay, let me close all the files for now and just show you what it looks like from the Explorer point of view. So this is how it looks. Okay, you have your .idx folder which has your dev.nix file. And this dev.nix file basically has got all the packages, the environment that you need to run your Java project. Basically it has that. Then obviously you can see that the entire online editor is looking like Visual Studio. So you have your VS Code module. And now the main core thing, which is your source and your main folders. Inside that you have your package, and inside that you have your demo application.java. So the entire code that is now written in this application, demo application.java, is modified by me. And you will not get this code, guys. When you will create your own Java project, you will actually get a file which will only have a controller like hello world controller, and it will only have this one method called as get mapping, and it will have a function called as hello, which when you will call it is going to actually print hello world on your web page. Apart from that, you will not have anything in the demo application.java. Everything else I have to add it, and I'm going to teach you how and how I figured it out and how I wrote that code. Okay. So this is about the project structure. Okay, this is basically what you are going to get. Okay. Now let's go to the main part where we have to actually use this REST API, add another endpoint to it. And what that endpoint will do, that endpoint will actually going to take our message and it is actually going to give me a result. Okay. So let's see how we can do that. So first of all, guys, if you want to use any of the AI related things or OpenAI things or Groq, Groq API or etc., you need to add certain packages into your Java project. So you have to actually add a dependency. So you can see that by default the project that is created is a Maven project. So in Maven you will get a pom.xml file. And when you will open your pom.xml file, you will see that you will have certain dependencies already added. So you have your Spring Boot DevTools, starter, etc. etc. But what dependency you have to add is this. So you have to add dev.langchain4j, and this is the artifact ID Langchain4j OpenAI, and this is basically the latest version I found, so I gave this version. So once you add these dependencies, guys, then you are good to go. You are able to now import certain classes. So let's go to the demo application.java and let's look at the imports. Okay, let's remove this unused one for now and let's save it. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, you have your certain imports already here. Fine, which is basically get mapping, request param, REST controller. These are some general attributes which you might already have imported. Okay, because you already have a REST endpoint already configured, right? I told you that when you will get this project, initially you will have a hello world endpoint. So for that you will get few of the imports already. But what import you won't have is the OpenAI chat model class. So this class is the one which is actually going to work like a Groq client. So if you guys have been watching my previous videos, you might know that I was using in Python a class called as Groq client, and that class is actually taking the API key and the model name, and then it was allowing me to complete my chat messages with Llama 3.2. Here, similar to that, we are going to use a Java class called as OpenAI chat model. Okay, so this is basically the main class that you want. Okay, now let's go a little bit deeper into it. Okay, so the first thing, now we are actually configuring the attributes of my class. Okay, so first thing that you can see here is a name, and that name you don't have to worry about because this attribute you are getting by default. I did not make any change in it. The attribute that I actually added here is OpenAI chat model attribute, and I'm going to actually use this attribute only further in my code. Okay, So I actually declared this attribute twice, which was my mistake. So I am not going to use actually this one. I can delete this. Because in my demo application I have created a hello world controller class, which is actually my REST API controller, and here I am again defining the OpenAI chat model. So you don't have to define it twice, you just need to define it once. So I have now defined it in my controller class, which is actually the right way to do it. Now I have my chat model defined. I told you that you need to have an API key to access your Llama models through Groq, right? Just ignore this get mapping, this hello function here, because you don't really need it right now. This was given to you by default. Let's come to the API key section. So guys, I told you that you need an API key. How and where do you configure this API key? So if you are creating a Java project, right, then you have in resources a file called as applications.properties. Now in this applications.properties, you can actually give a key value here. You can actually name your key anything, but I have been very consistent with the naming convention. So I have named it string.ai.openai.api-key, and I'm going to define my Groq API key right here. Okay. Once you have defined your API key in your application.properties, you can access it with a value annotation, and all you have to do is just pass the path which is defined in the application.properties, and automatically your API key that you defined there will be now stored in this string variable. This is how you can keep your project very secure, and you don't have to actually mention the attributes in your direct code. Okay, but now it is time to start writing the direct code. So on the top you saw a small root that we have created, which is the slash root. So I'm going to show you again. So this slash root is basically my default base root. So whenever I am going to hit my REST application with nothing, no URL parameter, I will get the hello and the name section here, which I think by default is going to be hello world. But now I am generating another route. I am actually creating another path of this REST API service, which is also going to be a get path. And here my route says /ai/generate. Now in this /ai/generate, I am actually passing a param value, request param message, and the default value is tell me a joke. So if I don't pass anything, it is going to just tell me a joke, and if I do pass something, I will actually get a response. Okay, and this is your message attribute. Now in this function, the purpose is that we are going to use our OpenAI model, where we are going to use the Llama 3 model. We are going to ask it a question which is in the message part, and we will get a response. Okay, so let's see how it is done. So first of all, we are going to create the object of this class, which is called as OpenAI chat model. For creating an object, we are going to use a builder method. So all you have to do is OpenAI chat model call .builder, and then in this .builder you can actually fill all the details that you want to fill for your large language model to work. So first thing we are filling is the API key, which is the Groq cloud key that you have already gotten in your instance variable. Then we are going to fill our base URL. So this is the AI inference URL I am going to actually inquire from my large language model, and this is the exact URL for your Groq cloud. Then I am going to give my model name. So first model that we are going to try is the Llama 3.2 3 billion model, and we are going to see how it works. Then you can set your temperature, you can give your max tokens, but by calling the .build method, this is the last and end of this builder pattern, and it will eventually give you the OpenAI chat model class object. Finally, once you have the object, all you need to do is just call this chat model. So you are actually just calling this object chat model dot generate, and you are passing the message into it. When you pass in the message, it will actually generate a response, and here that response is generated as a map and it is returned to you in a dictionary form. Okay, so this is how you can actually create a REST web service in Java where you can query your large language model with Groq and get responses. So now it's time to run this project, guys, but obviously I cannot fill my Groq API key in front of you. So give me a moment where I fill my API key. Okay, my API key now is filled, guys. Let me show you back my project. And now let's run this code. So this Java project was already running. I have now stopped it. So all you need to do is right click on run Java, and you will see that now it's starting to run. And once it starts to run, guys, you can see in Project IDX you get a Thunder client. When you go to the Thunder client, it is just like a postman, guys. So you can create a new request here, and the request that you previously did will appear over here. Okay, so this is the request that I previously did, and you can see that if I remove ai.generate and I just do the base URL, I get the hello world printed here. But I don't want that, right? I want my AI generate to actually generate something for me. And you can see that it has now generated a joke. Why couldn't the bicycle stand by itself? Because it was too tired. So obviously it's not that funny, but I still like it because this is the first time that we are able to integrate our large language model, and that too Llama 3.2 with Java. So you can see, guys, it's so easy. It is so easy that you can just easily create a small function, and just with a little bit of parameters you are able to do all the things that you were able to do previously with Python. Now if you want to play around a little bit more, you can actually change the model. So let me also change the model for you. Let me actually make it Llama 3.1 model, the 70 billion parameter model. And to change the model, all you have to do is just change this model name. Now remember, guys, I am putting all this in my code. But just like I placed my API key in my application.properties, you can also place all your model name, base URL, temperature, etc. also in your application properties. This will actually make your code much better to manage, because then you never have to read the code to do anything which is configuration based. You just have to edit your properties file. Okay. So again, I can stop my Java application and run it again. And now if I just go to my previous request and I double click it, I immediately go to the same view, and all I have to do is just click on send again. And you can see that with 70 billion parameter model, I do get a longer joke. So let's try to read that. A man walked into the library, asked the librarian, do you have any book? And Pavlov's dogs and Schrodinger's cat. The librarian replied, it rings a bell. I'm not sure if it's here or not. So that's quite funny, because Schrodinger's cat is a symbol of uncertainty, and it rings a bell. So yeah, it does quite generate now an intelligent joke. So maybe that does prove it, right, that if you increase the number of parameters, if you're using a heavier model like 70 billion parameter, it can give you a little bit of more intelligence in your jokes or in your responses, and it can increase the length of the responses as well. Whereas if you are using a lightweight model, it does give you a little bit of smaller type of responses. But nevertheless, guys, you can see that how easy it is to use Groq with large language models on your simple Java Spring project. So now nothing is stopping you, guys. If you are a Java professional or if you are a Python professional, you can actually use this code to build your own chat applications. I hope you guys like this video, guys, and if you did like this video, then please do not forget to like this video and share this video with your friends. If you guys want to support my channel, guys, then there is a super thanks button right down there. You can click that button and donate anything that you want. And also, guys, if you can join my channel, there is a join button where you can join to get some perks or early access to my videos. Also guys, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback for me, please do write in the comment section below. I would be really happy to address them. In the end guys, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon for future notifications of more such programming and coding related videos. I'll see you guys in the next video guys. Until then, take care and bye bye.